Today I'm going to start with the new story, Sinbad the Sailor, chapter number 9. Sinbad the Sailor is actually a story which is taken from the Arabian Nights. Arabian Night is a collection of West and South Asian stories which is compiled in nights. So the stories of the series they revolve around a Persian king named Shahryar and his new bride. Every night, this bride used to tell a story to the king, but does not end it. So this story, the Sinbad and the Sailor, is one of the story taken from the Arabian Nights. Before we start with the story, let me read it out this page. Before you read, let us find out what is the purpose for this term travel. Why do people travel? You have to complete this word web. What comes to your mind with the term travel? Why do you think the people go for a travel? What do you think? What comes to your brain? They may go for a travel for pleasure. They may go for travel for adventure. Right? They may go for travel for, and in this way, put down 5 words into it. Second, write the answers to the questions in KWL chart. KWL chart means K means no, W means want, and L means learn. This you have to do once you have done the story. Right? What I know. What you know about the travel. What you know about, okay, what dangers do the sailors face? What you know about, you have to write it here. Then, how can these dangers be overcome? What you know, how these dangers can be overcome. What I want to know, what you want to know, okay, what dangers do sailors face? You want to know that thing. And you also want to know how these dangers be overcome, right? So you have to write down A and B and A, B in this way. Fill up all the answers to it. And this portion you will be doing at the last. Having returned to Baghdad after his first adventure, Sinbad's wandering spirit seized him soon again as he longed for unknown lands. Read this picture story to relive his second adventure. So when Sinbad, he came back to Baghdad after his first adventure, his wandering spirit, wandering means moving aimlessly. Spirit means soul. So his wandering soul seized him soon again as he longed for unknown lands. Long means desire. So his spirit just compelled him to go again for an adventure. Read this picture story to relive his second adventure. I quickly embarked on a new ship. Embark means to board a ship, to board. A new ship finely rigged and manned by a large crew and sail away with a good party of merchants. So Sinbad, he boarded a new ship and along with crew members and a large number of people, he started moving towards a new journey. After a few days, he came to an uninhabited island of great beauty. So he came to an uninhabited island. What is an island? Island is a piece of land which is surrounded by water all around. I selected a rare spot on the bank of stream to sit and meditate. He selected somewhat a rare spot, which rare means which is not easily, which you cannot get it easily. That is called rare. A rare spot on the bank of a stream to sit and meditate. He just wanted to meditate, think for the soft wind from the trees and the stream murmuring at my feet are making me sleepy. So he thought to himself that this soft wind and the soft voice, murmur means soft voice of the stream, they are making me sleepy. And just thinking all these things, he went to sleep. When I woke up, I realized that the ship had left without me. So he saw that the ship, they have left him all alone on the island. They forgot me and now I am all alone on this island. So now he was repenting that he's been left all alone on this island. I should not have left my comfortable life in Baghdad to undertake this voyage. Now, Sinbad is repenting that he should have not left his comfortable life in Baghdad to come for this adventure, for this voyage. After wandering for a while in despair, I climbed on the top of a high tree, looking forth in every direction. So he started moving all around aimlessly and he was very disappointed. Despair means disappoint. And then he climbed on the top of a high tree. And from that tree, he started looking in every direction. So while he was looking in every direction, he saw something. What is that enormous white object? I must go and find out. So while he was looking, he saw a white object. Seeing that object, he thought that I should go and find out. I descended from the tree and made my way towards it. He started moving towards the white object. He came down from the tree and started moving towards the white object. It's a gigantic dome, white and shining. I must find out of this dome. Has some door or opening? So he thought that is a dome. So what is a dome? Dome is a rounded wall forming of a roof of a building or any structure. So he thought if it is a dome, maybe there is some door or opening to go into it. So all of a sudden, the sky darkened. Suddenly the sky darkened. So when he's just hid himself behind a small rock over here, just see. What is that thing in the sky? Is that a monstrous bird approaching swiftly through the air? So he thought a monstrous bird which was approaching through the air towards the white object. The giant bird landed over the egg and crouching down, spread its wings and brooded over it. It then went off to sleep. So then what happened? The giant bird came down, it landed over the egg and crouching. Crouch means bend. It bent down and spread its wings and brooded over it. Brood means to sit. So the bird brooded over the white object and the white object is the egg of this bird. And then after that this bird went to sleep. Now Sinbad is watching everything. He's hiding here behind a rock. So he's just seeing this what is happening in front of him. He said, now I can recall a story which was being told by his fellow travelers that there is a very big bird, enormous bird, and venom of the bird is rock that feeds on their young ones on elephants. So he was thinking now this might be a chance for him to escape from this island. So an idea came into his mind. So what he did, he suddenly took off my turban and twisted it into a rope. So he took off my turban. So he said, I took off my turban and twisted it into a rope. He took his turban and twisted and made it into a rope. Then I bound one of it tightly about my waist and fastened the other end securely on of the bird's feet. What he did, he took his turban and twisted and made it into a rope. Then he bound. Bound means tied. He tied one of the end of this turban to his waist and the other end to the bird's feet. The next morning, the bird awoke and with a loud cry rose from the egg, bearing me aloft. And what happened the next morning? When the bird awoke, it started flying with a loud cry and rose from the egg. With a loud cry, the bird rose from the egg and also this bird carried Sinbad up into the air. Bearing me afloat. Afloat means up into the air. Carrying him. Bearing means carrying. Holding him afloat. So this bird carried this Sinbad also along with him up in the air. The bird finally landed on a rocky plain. I quickly unwound my turban and ran to safety. I then saw the bird pounce upon an enormous snake and fly back across the sea. So the moment this bird landed on a rocky plain, what he did, he quickly unwound my turban, means unfold himself from the feet of this enormous bird and ran safely. So then he saw that the bird pounced upon an enormous snake, a very big snake. This bird jumped on a very big snake, pounced on it and fly back across to the sea. I now realized that I was at the foothill of a steep mountain. Now Sinbad realized that he was at the foothills of a steep mountain. In front of me is the steep mountain that is too high to climb, and behind me is a vast valley without any trees, pools, or even grass. What shall become of me here? Now Sinbad is very much worried about himself. In front of him is a mountain which is too high, and behind him is a vast valley, and that too without trees and pools and grass. Now he was very much concerned about his life. He's worrying about himself, what is going to be with him here. Very disappointed, I started walking. I had not even walked a few furlongs when I realized that the ground I trod was strewn with diamonds of large size. So he was very disappointed, and in disappointment he started walking. He had not walked even for a few furlongs. Furlong means 220 yards, or you can also say an eighth of a mile. When I realized the ground I trod means step. So where he had moved was strewn with diamonds of large size. Oh, serpents coiled amongst the stones. This is a cause of alarm. I must be careful. Sinbad was very much careful. He said to himself that this is a cause for alarm for me. So he's after seeing the serpents, and that too with the diamond, was something very scary for him and something alarming also for him. Fearing for my life, I kept close to the mountain wall. And now he was fearing for his life, and he kept himself close to the mountain wall. Suddenly, I saw the carcass of an animal fall near me with a great noise. So what does Sinbad saw? All of a sudden, with a great noise, the carcass of an animal fell near him. Oh, this must be the Valley of Serpents, which I have heard of other travelers talk about. I never thought this could be true. Now the Sinbad understood that this is actually a valley of serpents, which he has heard about from his fellow travelers. He thought that I would have never thought of seeing it live. It is actually true. This is actually not a story. Merchants threw meat or animal carcass down the mountainside, hoping that some diamonds would stick to the meat. Now the Sinbad understood that the merchants intentionally they threw the carcass of this animal to this mountainside, hoping with some diamonds would stick to the meat. And when the giant vultures will fly with the meat to the top of the mountain, where the merchant will scare the vulture off and take the diamonds for themselves. So when the vulture will take this meat to the top of the mountain, what will the merchants do? They will scare the vulture off and take the diamonds for themselves. I now had an idea. I filled my pockets with diamonds. Then I crawled beneath the carcass of the animal and tied myself with it using my turban. So now Sinbad, with his turban, he tied himself to the carcass of the animal, and before that, he just took the diamonds and filled his pocket with the diamonds. It wasn't long before a monstrous vulture came out of the sky and seized the carcass. When it landed at the top of the mountain, the merchants' men scared it away with loud cries. And it was not very long that a big, enormous, this monstrous vulture came out of the sky and took the carcass. When it landed at the top of the mountain, what happened? These merchants, they just scared the vulture away. So the vulture went away, leaving that carcass. On finding no diamonds on the animal carcass, the merchant began to curse his fate. I immediately approached him. So when they searched for the diamonds and they found nothing, they started cursing their fate, their luck. But Sinbad, all of a sudden, he came out and approached them. Do not curse your fate, for my pockets are full of diamonds and you are looking for. So now showing the diamonds to the merchants, this man, Sinbad, he said, do not curse your luck. My pockets are full of diamonds they were looking for. When the merchants and his companions heard my story, they said that the fate had greatly favored me. So when Sinbad told the story to the merchants and his companions, they've all said that the fate had really favored Sinbad. They made me welcome among them, and I partook of their food and wine. So Sinbad ate some food and had also some wine with them. And with this, the story ends. Now see here how you will be doing the question answers given on this page. First of all, see, number 8. Number these events in order in which they occur in the story. So you have to order the sequence, which thing happened first. So in this way, you have to simply label them. Just put numbers, which thing occurred first and after that. And so means you'll be progressing the story one step by step. You have to simply label it. Just number it in order. Then answer these questions. Just go through the questions. They are very easy. Why did Sinbad embark on a second adventure? What is embark means? Board, right? So all the difficult words are given here at the bottom also of your page. You can see at the bottom of your pages your difficult words are given. You can see here, right? Go through all these words. At the end of the pages, you will find the difficult words, whatever I have told you also while I was teaching you the chapter. So in the chapter also you can go through it. These are all your difficult words. In between, whatever difficult words you find, you can learn them for the spellings. Just find out the meanings for the words. If any still word is there, you can ask me. Clear your queries. Please do not hesitate, Pite. Enjoy your subject. I'm always here to help you out. Just call me up whenever you feel like you need my help. You may call me. Now with this, answer these questions. You have to simply answer very short. Don't just brief your answer. It should be up to mark. Do not hesitate in answering and don't worry. Just try to answer it yourself. And rest, leave it to me. I'll tell you if there is anything wrong. I'll tell you how it is to be done. Don't worry about that. Now same here. Answer with reference to context. So just go through these questions given with the reference to context and brief your answers. You don't have to write this think and write. Do not do this one. We will be doing in the class. Vocabulary, phrasal verbs. First of all, go through the phrases. Clear your phrases. I have taught you phrases. First of all, go through that thing. And then I'll be just telling you what phrasal verbs are. First, clear your phrases. Then the phrasal verbs I'll be clearing. Right? And this is your grammar section. So, when I will do the verb, then only I will ask you to do this thing. Now these are for your punctuations. So I have taught you the punctuations. Few I have done today. Rest I'll be doing in my next session.